Hey guys, welcome back to a quick update here, or update new project. Out here in the barn, trying to get some stuff done, some last minute Christmas orders, a little bit of stuff, some signage, things like that I need to cut, and it's cold. It's bitterly cold here. Not insulated, as you can see, it's just a barn, wood walls, a little bit of house wrap, T111 on the outside, no insulation. What I do have is a room behind me. Haven't really gone in there yet, but it's where the lift is. It's where I do a little bit of wrenching from time to time. But it does have the ability to close the door and keep it a little bit sequestered. So you can probably hear I've got a heater going in there, and it's nothing fancy. Good stuff in there. So I'm thinking, like an idiot, my welding table is on wheels for a reason. That room I can get heated up pretty comfortably. I also need to do some rattle can spray paint work today. But what I also don't have is a 50 amp plug in there for my welder. But I'm going to remedy that because I'm going to cut out a simple hatch door that'll just be, clean-ish. And this barn's a long way from clean, but, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. So I'm just going to put a little door here that will allow me to pass my welder power through that wall, plug it in, have power, and then I can work a little bit more in that other room and get these projects knocked out hopefully today, just in the next few hours is the goal. So that's it. That's where we're at. It's cold. Here we go. On to the next. All right, we got updates. So I've got everything cut out here on the table for this little door, one project. But ultimately, 3 pieces. This is gonna get screwed directly to the wall. This will be the first layer. This is gonna stack on it. And ultimately, it'll get screwed to the wall together. And then the door, or what will be the door, will ultimately be mounted right there. I'm gonna find a hinge or something. I'll weld a hinge up top. This will allow me to let the cord pass through, door can stay flapped shut. And then the other dawned on me, I have a really horrible solution for my airline. So I'm gonna run that through this door as well now and get it up off the floor. So it can always kind of just live through that hole. So cleaned up, I'm gonna find a hinge. I'm sure I have something around here that I can tack that together with and figure out where it's gonna get mounted on the wall, mark my spot, cut a hole, screw it to the wall, and on to the next project. All right, so it's been a minute. Little wardrobe change, obviously. The weather's changed a little bit as well. So still winter, but today it's supposed to be, I think it's 45 degrees or so. So I cracked the door open, letting a little bit of sun in. Finally getting back to this door that I've been plotting on for a minute. Nothing crazy, obviously, but so just back up to speed real quick. I've got the door here arranged just like we saw earlier in the video. I did go have to get a hinge. I didn't have anything that I quite liked. So this one obviously is a little bit big. So I'm just gonna cut that down with the with the death wheel. We'll take that off so it's close to flush-ish. We'll weld a little bit on either side, tack that on, get it offered up. And then I think since it's been a month since the last time I did anything on this, probably not today, but I will genuinely cut another one of this piece, this profile. I'm gonna put that on the inside or the other side of the door just to trim out the opening that I'm gonna cut. But that's not a today thing. Right now, I just wanna get this thing finally done, the whole cut, which I'm gonna put it right next to the 50 amp plug, somewhere in that area. I don't know what's on the other side of the wall yet exactly as far as where it's gonna get positioned clearance-wise, but somewhere. And that's where we're at. So I'll put you on a tripod, get this thing cut up, welded up. We'll mark our hole one way, and we'll get this thing screwed up and get this at least checked off as 90% done, which is probably the only percentage that'll ever get done. I know I said I'm gonna cut that piece. You'll see. That'll probably never happen. So we'll be back. So we're going to use our eyeballs because they're the best anyways, and just say that somewhere in there is where we want to live. Bring that up a little bit. I want that pivot line. I'm just gonna say there. So I only want to take off like a 1/4 inch, nothing crazy. And boy, a guy used to have some pencils around here. That's great. Now a guy's got a screw pencil, so that's even better. I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna scratch a line. That's about where we're going. Put my screw pencil back. Let's cut this thing down. All right, so that's shorter now. Cut. Good to go. It's a little warm, I won't lie. It's gonna be good. So let's grab, I'm really turning into a sissy. I don't know where my dirtier gloves are, but I'm gonna put gloves on for a minute. These are not, yeah, I don't know. A little stiff. These were a gift that I think are awesome for certain things. I don't know if they're gonna be awesome for this, but they are what they are. So what I wanted, a little bit of acetone. I'm just gonna wipe this down. That's what I'm going with. So let's just pack this in. Let's just commit. That's us. That's all the welding we do. All right, so, you know, it was plasma cut, which is what it is. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not, sometimes I'm wrong, sometimes it's wrong. But what it is, it's just not the most precise. Help me understand. There we go. Boy, sorry about that camera work, that was great. All right, so you can see these holes, if I get out of my own light, aren't great. Some are better than others. So I'm just going to grab a unibit, open those up so they're all good, and we'll get this thing on the wall marked out and get some screws in it. All right, so I'm just thinking, you know, I do know there's a stud there. So I'm thinking I'm just going to try to go here-ish. And with my laser eye, that's perfect. I don't really care. I don't really care if I miss or what's back there. I don't think there's a whole lot. There's some random shelves and random bowl stuff back there. I don't know if it matters. I mean, I know it matters. That was stupid to say. You know what I mean? I'm just going to drill a couple holes. I think I'm just going to drill one hole. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drill one hole where I think I'm going to cut center-ish. And if I have to move up or down within left, right, whatever, you know, I don't know, maybe I won't have an extra hole when I'm done. So let's drill a hole right there. And let's just see if this dull unibit that I burned up will do it. Doesn't look like much back there. I'm gonna go check. As expected, couldn't have accidentally picked a better spot. Nothing's back there. So let's drill some holes, cut this out, and get this mounted. Just a unibit, nothing fancy. I did burn the heck out of the end the other day, like a moron. So this is a, I don't remember, $25 or $30 bit. No longer will do its own holes. It still cuts and opens holes fine, but that was stupid of me. Let me grab a jigsaw, I'll be right back. Jigsaw. That way. All right, we've got holage. All right, so this guy will get lined up. We'll get screwed in. And now I have a pass-through, which will be valuable for me. Silly things, but that will help. So let me go find the right hardware, if I can even find. I have no idea what size hole I actually drilled. I just made holes, so maybe we'll open them up, maybe we won't. Stand by. All right, we got hardware. I just found, I think they're 1/4 20, a couple 1.5 inch, couple 1.25 inch, but we're only going through 1/2 inch T111 anyways. So let's try to see if this is all going to go with that ink. And I mean, I don't know why I was surprised. Perfect. All right, well, now I'm going to go to the back side and put on these washers and nuts. And you'll watch me struggle while I try to reach through here and hold a wrench on this side and the other. Or you won't, or you'll tune out. And this is already where you've turned off. Rightfully so. This is fantastic. 7/16. That's a door. That's a door all day long. It's a little bit of friction. Didn't plan for that, but I could add a spacer if I really gave, you know, 2 craps, but it's gonna do. The flip side of that is, I'm gonna call that a happy accident, because the reality is, if it just fell and gravity did this thing, guaranteed 7 to 12 times my finger will be in there and I'll be missing some skin. So at this point, you know, I've got an opportunity to save them, and then we'll close it when it's, you know, not in use. Or in the case of this airline that I'm gonna go jam through there, in use, with a little bit of an air hose coming through there. Let's do that. All right, off camera, I just moved this. It was over there more, which was a little bit of a pain. It's constantly doing dumb shit. So we moved it. So now when I feed that line through here, let's say feed it through. So air, door. You know, I mean, is it perfect? Yeah, pretty much. So, I know this probably seems silly, dumb, minuscule. I don't know. Maybe you learned something about a door. It's plausible if you knew nothing. Or maybe you learned what not to do when you saw what I did there. Or maybe you said, hey, does it really need to be steel? Or just a hole? No. Could be wood. Could have been just a hole. I could just always leave it open. Would it really matter? No. I did this because, I mean, frankly, because I can. I spent money on a table to use it. So I did. I'll show you the other side. Like I said, I'm going to cut another ring that I'll put around here just to clean it up. But, I mean, that's it. It's just the backside. Nothing fancy, but it helps. Little bit. Helps get me that much closer to where I'm trying to get. I don't know where that is yet, but I know I'm getting close. That's it. That's, it's cold. Well, it's not. I shouldn't say that. It's 45 degrees. It's wonderful. But that's us. Door project, done. Little flapper door. You know, I don't know. Maybe there's a reason that that's applicable to you. Maybe that's an idea that you didn't have that you'll see and think, oh, yep, a door. That seems obvious. Didn't me for 3 years, like a moron. And then one day I was like, why don't I have a door there? Now I do. Also, conveniently placed, like I said, right next to the 50 amp outlet. The real true purpose of that door was so I can take that welder, if and when needed, into this bay where there is a door here, bifold door, big bifold door that I can close. So that if I'm working on the Scout or anything for that matter, you know, I can bring the welder in here, run the power through that, plug it into that 50 amp outlet that's right here on the other side of the wall. And then I got 50 amp power in here. I can weld, I can do whatever I need to do. I can keep this room warmer than the rest of the barn for now. And that's it. So, you know, it only took me, I think, 6 weeks from the time I first started recording this one till now to get a little 8x8 door done. But it's done. So, I don't know what to do next. I'm bored, which is impossible. And where'd you go? There they are. We got it. Deer back there. There's a bunch of them around here, always. And somebody's shooting in the background, I just heard. All right, I think that's it. Appreciate you watching it if you watched it. Appreciate you watching this far if you did that. Again, wow. That's crazy. And that's it. We'll come back with the next one sometime later.